All right, hey guys, this is Paul from Southern Maryland Divers. We're going to have another product review video today for you. Today we're going to be looking at the OTS, Ocean Technology Systems Spectrum Full Face Mask. And this is not that new, but it has been out for probably a year or two now. And it's actually a really good option to go into the full face mask realm without spending a ton of money. One of the main reasons that this mask is significantly cheaper than a regular Guardian full face mask from OTS is because the Spectrum uses your second stage versus the Guardian comes with a second stage. And so there's a little bit of cost associated. Actually, it's quite a bit of cost associated with that. There's some other features about the Guardian that the Spectrum doesn't have as well, and we'll go over that. One of them being the ambient breathing valve, which is an optional upgrade for the Spectrum, but does not come standard like it does for the Guardian. So we'll go over that in a second. Anyway, we're going to do an unboxing here of the Spectrum mask. There's one sitting over here already. This is the clear lens version. And then OTS also has this really nice coated lens version. It's a polarized lens, which gives you the advantage of not having the glare from the water on the surface. Anyway, so a couple features of this guy is that, again, it's going to use your second stage. And so if you already have a regulator set up, you're going to use your own second stage in this. You don't have to buy another second stage or another first stage for that matter. A lot of people end up getting a full setup for this. And you can just use your second stage in this. It comes with all the instructions on how to secure it in there. It's pretty simple. I'm going to show you on this one since I took that tag off on this one. But you would just, you take the mouthpiece off of your second stage, and then you're going to slide it in here. And then there's pretty much a zip tie that goes around here and holds it on there. There's a few more steps to make sure it's tied in there just perfectly. You probably want to have us do that in the shop for you, just because we want to make sure it seals properly and you're not going to have a chance of losing it. But really quality made mask. When you pick it up, you can feel the weight of it. It's a nice quality materials that were built onto this. One of the advantages of the Guardian is that the air, when you breathe, is coming in across the lens every breath. And so you're not going to have, it's not going to fog up nearly as easily as a regular mask. You lose that advantage with the Spectrum because the mask portion of this actually seals to your face just like a mask does. So really when you're breathing, the breathing part only happens down here in the pocket. So you lose that advantage. So you're going to have to treat this just like you would a regular mask. You're going to have to scrub it and put some defog in it. You know, once you break it in, it probably won't need nearly as much to continue from fogging. And just like a regular mask does have that break-in period, you know, 15, 20, 30 dives sometimes. So the other option that I told you about is the ambient breathing valve. That can attach to the Spectrum here, so it would replace one of these ports, and what that does is it allows you to keep the mask on the surface and breathe regular surface air without using your tank air. So if you were to put this mask, if we had a second stage on this now, and you put the mask on, without the ambient breathing valve, you're going to be using the air out of your tank for each breath, even on the surface. The ambient breathing valve, what that does is it actually opens up and lets you breathe the ambient air on the surface, and then when you're ready to submerge, you would close that ambient breathing valve, and basically that's going to create the suction you need to pull a breath off of your second stage. And it lets you save some of the air versus wasting air for that. So really good option. Full face masks are awesome for cold water diving because it covers your face. Any kind of diving that you would want to stay out of the environment. And so if you had a dry suit with a hood on it, a built-in hood like a latex hood or a silicone hood, you could use this on top of that and then be completely encapsulated from the environment that you're diving in. So if you were diving in some nasty water you didn't want your skin to come in contact with, that would be an option for this. The other advantage of this is you can add comms to it, so you'd be able to talk to other divers. There's wireless comms, there's wired comms. You could add that on. It's all optional upgrades. As it comes like this, the mask is very affordable to get into. It's actually not really that much more than a high-end regular scuba mask, but you get all the advantages that we just spoke about for the full face mask diving, which is really cool. So This would work for the full face mask specialty that Patty teaches. We do teach that in the shop. We spend a little bit of time in the pool and then hit the open water for a couple dives and get you really used to clearing it, because clearing this mask is slightly different than clearing just a regular scuba mask. You're always going to, anytime you have a full face mask like this, you're going to want to carry a backup mask with you in case this second stage failed and you needed to go to your alternate air source. Then you would, obviously you're taking this off, and so you would need to go to another mask. So you carry a backup mask, and then you would have the option of going to an alternate air source. Taking that second stage off underwater just wouldn't work in that case. So we carry the full line of Ocean Technology Systems product. We don't stock it all, but we can get it all in relatively fast manner. So if you need something from OTS, or if you want to come and put hands on one of these masks, please come into the shop. We do have the Guardians in stock, the Spectrums in stock, and a couple of other pieces of equipment from OTS. And as I mentioned, we can get it if you want it in pretty quick fashion. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to stop into the shop or send us an email or call. www.somddivers.com is the website. We'd be happy to talk to you. We love seeing our customers in the shop, so stop in and see us and put your hands on one of these really nice full face masks. Hey guys, one other thing I forgot to mention about the Spectrum mask is that because it's just a soft silicone skirt for the nose here, you can equalize by just doing a nose pinch similar to using a regular scuba mask. Whereas the Guardian has a solid face piece up here, and you actually have to push it up against your face to use the nose block to clear. This one is just a standard silicone nose piece, and so you would just equalize the same way you do your regular scuba mask. I'll be doing another video on the Guardian shortly, and I'll show you what I mean by the nose block, and it'll make a little bit more sense, but that's another feature of the Spectrum that makes it a little bit nicer depending on what options you want between this one and the Guardian.